how you can sue them for that, but I guess. But I mean, it's a fictional story. Like,
yeah, so you can actually sue defamation for fictional stories even if somebody's a public figure, if it's out of character for the person. Now, some people, they've got a good sense of humor, they'll let you do it, but by downplaying the actual female Grandmaster, she could say that this is a form of slander.
Yeah, but I don't think that they depicted her at all in the movie. I think they just said something or didn't. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, she's suing them, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, she's suing them for basically just, I don't know, about either downplaying or just insulting her record as a Grandmaster, I guess.
She insulted my honor. They must suffer. Yeah.
So do you want to hear the best reaction?
Yes.
That I found.
What was the best reaction you found?
To the casting of the Super Mario movie. Let's see if you can hear this. I'll play it on my laptop. Hopefully you can hear this. So it's somebody watching. You'll probably recognize the voice, but it's somebody watching the direct earlier. Huh? No.
Oh, okay. Because he was watching the direct. Let's see.
Well, let me play it. So the direct itself is very quiet, but you'll hear the person reacting. But I'll describe what's on the screen before.
Oh gosh. Ah!
Can you hear that?
What?
Yeah, I can hear that. I don't recognize the voice.
It's showing Chris Pratt as Mario.
What are you talking about? What? What is... Why? Why? No!
That's when it shows Charlie Day as Luigi.
That's a bit much.
Anyway, that was Arlo.
I apologize to audio listeners later on. Yeah.
Was that too loud?
It was a little. Yeah. It was loud for me. Hopefully it was fine for them, because I always have your end turned down to try to balance out to where I am. So
yeah,
it was probably quieter to those listening than it was for me.
Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. Arlo was just losing his shit.
Oh, Arlo. Well, of course. I told you, I don't watch Arlo. I would not recognize his voice. I don't know what he sounds like.
Yeah. Jack Black is Bowser.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what do you want to talk about today?
Let me introduce the show first. Welcome to the Vomitorium, weekday show for the 23rd of September, 2021. As always, I am the Metal, and I'm pissed. And joining me is my co-host, Marsupial Gamer. How are you doing?
As always, you're pissed. I'm doing great, thanks.
Yeah. So why am I pissed? Exactly what we were talking about. Honestly, there was good news I wanted to talk about, and we'll probably get to that in a bit after I've had time to rant. But the cast for, what was it, DreamWorks, I think? Or no, it was Illumination, but they're probably going to be with DreamWorks for publishing like they normally do, right? Illumination is doing a Mario movie. And they dropped the cast of the main characters today. And I should have been prepared for disappointment, because this is the same fucking studio that did Scoob, and it's looking to be another Scoob, which I was equally pissed when I saw the cast for that movie. Likewise, half the cast is not Charles Martinet, though he is in the movie, making like Stan Lee-style cameo appearances. Which pissed me off even more when I saw this. Like, if he's there, why not just have him voice half the characters? Already in the studio, just pay him instead. Professional-ass voice actor right there. One of the best people in the entire fucking industry for, what, several decades now?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, God, it pisses me off. But no, they went with triple A voice, or like actors, live actors doing voices. I like a lot of these actors too. Just not for what they're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to be the one that
can-
reads through the cast list? I'll give that to you
Well,
if you want.
I can play it while you talk if you want to do that.
Yeah, I guess you could. So, like, I have the cast list right in front of me too. And man, it's just every single person is miscast on here too. It's not even just that they're all like live actors that are at the top of the industry that aren't even really voice actors. So whether they be able to do the job well or not is up to question. But none of them are cast appropriately. Chris Pratt is fucking Mario. Like, of all people that you would cast to voice Mario, would Chris Pratt be the first person to come to your mind?
No. You know, he'd make a better Bowser, maybe, or something. Maybe? I don't know. I
really don't know.
I was seriously suggesting Vic, because, I mean, he does kind of a good high voice.
Yeah.
Vic Mignogna. He does, I thought his voice as Captain Kirk was a little too high. But would be decent for Mario or Luigi. But
Yeah.
that was just the first voice that came to mind.
And then it only gets worse from there, though. Right?
Yep.
Because then we
there's
have...
Peach.
Yeah, Peach. That was actually probably the least problem of all of them. Even though I still think it's a miscast. I think Anya Taylor-Joy will probably sound the most like the character that she's playing. But fucking Charlie Day as Luigi. I mean, I guess his voice is kind of already in that high-pitch area that you expect from the Mario Brothers. That's also not the worst, but he's not going to sound like Luigi. He's not going to have that mannerisms, because these studios, they're going to just have them sound like themselves, with maybe a slight either Italian or Brooklyn accent.
I was going to say, are they going to have an Italian accent?
Probably not.
Or something?
I highly doubt it. So, the thing that got me, I love Tenacious D. I really like Tenacious D. Bowser is a pretty metal character. Jack Black is fucking Bowser.
I don't even. I can't imagine it.
His voice can't even get deep enough. That's the problem. Like, I've heard him do like growls and stuff in some of his songs, and like the lowest Jack Black ever gets is like this. He couldn't play a Bowser.
Yeah. You know who would have been great if he wasn't dead? Was that guy who played Kingpin and the
freaking Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan.
I love that guy. Yeah, he would have been a good Bowser. He's done voice acting before too, so he actually would have been appropriate as a choice. I mean, Jack's done voice acting. He was Brutal Legend, so it's not the worst, but he can't do a Bowser. And then freaking Keegan-Michael Key is Toad. Now, when you think Toad, what do you think of? Like voice-wise?
Just like talking like this.
High-pitched smoker's cough, right?
Yeah.
Mario!
Yeah.
Mario!
And the reason why I know they're not going to even do like voices appropriate for the characters is because, again, same studio, Scoob. Almost none of the people in Scoob sounded like they were supposed to. Like, nobody was really... They was like, oh, we're going to cast people whose voices are already kind of in the range. And then they're just going to sound like themselves while acting as the characters.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit it. Fucking Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Hey, Mario. Hey, I'm gonna throw a barrel at you. How you doing right now?
God.
This is gonna be awful. This is gonna be a shit show.
And then they're not going to do another Mario movie for the next 30 to 40 years.
Yeah, just like last time. Except last time, everything about it was far more excusable than this, right? Mario was still a fairly new franchise. It had only been around for like half a decade before that. A little longer. But like less than a decade before that. There wasn't like any lore to the games, really. Mario hadn't had a voice yet outside of the freaking like Super Show. Which is also why the Super Show was excusable. That was the first voice Mario ever had, right?
Yeah.
But like everything was excusable about that movie. It was still like really early. They tried to do it live action, so they had to make some sacrifices too. And it's still even fine to call that movie shit if you want. This movie, on the other hand, entirely animated. Mario's been around for several decades now. They've got all the technology in the world to do it. So much lore. Every character has like a fixed personality and voice to it. Like, now the K-Mech voice might actually be good.
I don't even know who that is.
I'll be honest. Yeah. He actually is a voice actor. He's been in Mortal Kombat. He's been in Family Guy and stuff like that. His might be good. Fred Armisen can do characters. Like, this part of the cast list might actually be fine. This whole little string of people. I have no complaint after we get out of there.
It's funny how the lower tier characters, they give them actual decent voice actors.
Yeah, because Armisen started live on, like, SNL, but he's done a lot of voice work since then.
Yeah. And is this guy a voice actor? Sebastian.
He's done a couple things. He's mostly live action. He was in like The Irishman, which is a good movie. If you haven't seen The Irishman, you should watch The Irishman. He was like a supporting cast in there, but he's done stuff. Like this part of the cast list is probably gonna be fine, especially because these are all characters that none of them have had voices. Well, no, Cranky has had a voice, but like the only voice I can think of for Cranky is the Donkey Kong TV show that was back in like 96. So Cranky hasn't had a voice for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That guy's probably still doing stuff. You could have tapped him. But it's not like people associate any of the Donkey Kong Country voices with any of the characters.
Yeah. Arrow, stop.
Yeah. But the part that pissed me off the most, like I said at the beginning of this point, is like the article I was reading too. And finally, veteran Mario voice actor Charles Martinet will appear in some unspecified cameos, which means he'll be playing maybe slightly important for a scene, but otherwise various characters that don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally could have voiced half the characters in this movie because he does voice half the characters in the games. Like, he's Mario, he's Luigi, he's Wario, he's Waluigi. Like, you name a character in Mario, he's probably done a voice or sound effect for them.
Joshua wants to know who's going to be the Goomba and Koopa voices.
Oh, God, I don't know.
Are there going to be Goombas and Koopas? That's a good idea. Eagle says Jack Black should be Yoshi. That would be great.
I could do that. Yeah, because Jack Black, one, he talks almost entirely in scat. Right? Like, like he could be Shy Guys. Actually, just cast Jack Black to play all the Shy Guys and be like, like, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still Illumination. Yeah.
I assume Wario and Waluigi are not going to be in this.
As far as I know, unless that's the cameo appearances, Wario and Waluigi are going to have one scene and Charles is voicing both of them. That might be the only forgivable thing I could see.
Yeah, could be. Then they'd actually sound like themselves.
Yes. I am a Wario. I am a number one. I miss his old voice at Charles, because it doesn't have that like deep that Wario from like the old 64. Now he's more like Wario. He sounds a little more sinister, but like there is some power to him.
Yeah.
And he sounds closer to like Waluigi, who's kind of sounded similar because Waluigi's more nasally, and I guess it's because of like the hook nose. I'm a wiener. Wah.
You should be the voice actor for all these guys.
I could probably do better than most of these. I could do a lot of these. Like, oh, I can't do that right now. It's a me, Mario. Or like, how Luigi sounds like, oh no.
That's really good.
Yeah. No, I've done a lot of these voices for people before. Like, yeah. That's also why I'm super critical of this shit. Like, you know, not professionally, because I've never been paid, I guess, to do a voiceover. I've done, like, announcer work for people for money, but I've never been paid to do voice acting work. It's always been, like, hobby or whatever. But I've done quite a bit of voiceover, so, like, voiceover matters a lot to me. It's one of those things that I care deeply about, and I fucking hate it so much when you've got like people who perfectly like they craft the talent of voiceover, of like voice acting and character work, and then they get pushed to the side because look at this like AAA actor who will help sell the movie because their name's on it. You don't need anybody's fucking name on a movie to sell Mario. Mario as a franchise is probably worth more than most of these actors are, even put together. It's a very, very valuable franchise. It was like with the Scooby. You don't need to sell Scooby-Doo. That's why Scoob pissed me off. It's like, God, it sells itself. He's like, hey, look, Scooby-Doo movie coming out. Okay, I'm going to go see it. Until then, I see the cast, and I'm pissed. And I didn't go see it. This is probably going to be the same with this one. Mario movie coming out. Okay, I'm going to go see it, and then I see the cast. No, fuck you. I'll probably end up watching it, like I did with Scoob, eventually, when it's available for streaming or something. Yeah, at least it wasn't Tom Holland as Mario. Oh, God, that would be so fucking bad. Oh.
Mr. Stark, it's Bowser. He's coming to get us.
Yeah. You'd be complaining to EGAD the whole time. Get me a new flood. Actually, what if that's just Martinette's appearance? EGAD shows up and that's the character he voices.
Yeah.
Again, at least it would sound like EGAD. Yeah.
Did he do the voice of EGAD?
Yeah. Dude, you know how many voices in Mario he does? The dude is most of the Mario cast.
Does he do the voice of Donkey Kong?
Oh, I haven't checked that up. I wouldn't be surprised if he does the sound effects for Donkey Kong. I forget. Because Donkey Kong doesn't ever have, like, speaking sounds that come out of him. Even though he does talk in the games, right? There's text and stuff. But all he ever does is, like, monkey sounds.
Mm-hmm. Apparently not.
Yeah, okay. I know he doesn't do some of, like, the deeper sounds. He does, like, all the mid-range and up stuff. But, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if he was able to hit that. He is a very talented voice actor. When is Courage and Scooby-Doo coming out? I thought it didn't it already hit? Let me. I'll look that up for you real quick, Eagle. That'll calm me down a little bit.
They've had two Canadian actors playing Donkey Kong's voice. Interestingly,
a lot of the voice actors they tapped were always Canadian. Yeah. Apparently, straight out of nowhere, the Scooby Meets Courage came out on the 14th. It should already be out. Just so you know, Eagle.
So the Mario movie is going to be animated, right?
Yes, fully animated. That's why I don't think there's an excuse for this stuff too, right? Because it's like one person can voice a whole cast in a fully animated movie as long as everybody sounds distinct enough. I don't even care if there's some overlap in Mario and Luigi's voice a little bit. You give them different personalities, slightly different mannerisms. They're siblings. They should sound similar to each other. I mean, me and my brothers sound very close to each other when we talk, especially on the phone. Like, I actually have the deepest voice out of all of my siblings, but on the phone, especially because I have like a conversational voice where I sound a little bit more like this when I talk to people, and I'm not angry and just like going into deep guttural sounds. We sound exactly the same. Like, no, my parents can't tell which one of us is on the phone if we're talking to them.
I don't understand why they cast famous non-voice actors for voice acting roles. I don't
know. I've never understood this other than this person's name sells.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand certain things like, you know, James Earl Jones as Mufasa and stuff like that, because he can really sell the voice. But
yeah,
why is Jack Black in everything? He's in fucking everything.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Jack Black is a voice actor, right?
Yeah.
It's not just Poe, which he's been doing for a while. He's done enough of those movies. But, you know, he's also been in other animated and even in video games. Like, he was the voice of Eddie Riggs in Brutal Legend. I'm not complaining about that. More for him, I'm complaining that it's a miscast than anything.
Yeah.
And all of these, even if these were all, like, all these people had a huge list of voice acting credentials behind them, almost all of them are miscasts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they can't get this stuff right. Even like Seth Rogen, if you're gonna cast anybody in this movie, why not cast him as Bowser? With his gravelly voice. That sounds like maybe charcoal or fire has passed through his throat. Why not switch these two people around? Why not have Jack Black play the monkey? That would make more sense.
Mm-hmm. So is, like, if Charlie Day is going to be Luigi, is he going to be, like, totally neurotic and crazy?
Well, maybe. Luigi's kind of neurotic himself, but he's not, like, hyper neurotic. He's kind of just, like, scared of everything, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, those two confuse me the most. Why would you not just switch Black and Rogen around?
Yeah.
It's like they know nothing about the characters that they're casting these people for. Yeah.
You don't say.
Yeah. God.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why some of these companies, like game companies, seem to give up all creative control to Hollywood. I don't understand. Why do they have to? Is it like, if you're going to make a movie, you're not allowed to have any creative control? Is that like a law or something?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like, you don't have to. One, it depends on how much money you're willing to give to the company, right? Because producers, not directors, producers have the final say in anything because they're the ones that are supplying the money. And the licensor is one of the producers of any film that has their license, right? So either they can be a negative producer in that regard, where all they do is take a cut because they're licensing it out, or they can be a positive producer where they are funneling money to you because they want a movie of their property, right? These are the two different ways that you approach licensing. Either they approach you because they want to do something with your license, and you're like, sure, as long as we get a cut, or you approach them because you want your license done, right?
Yeah.
And so it really depends. I don't know which direction it is, but it almost in this case seems like this is negative production, where Nintendo's just going to get a cut out of it. Yeah. It seems like they were the ones approached here. Which is weird, because after that first Mario movie, Nintendo got really, really dicey about working with people on that regard for many, many years. And they weren't prior to that. Like, as much as people like complain about the Super Show and stuff, That didn't turn Nintendo off from working with each other because that ran pretty much up until the Mario movie crashed and failed.
Well, I guess it's been 30 years or so
Yeah.
since the Mario movie, and I guess they've forgotten
Yeah,
what a
30 years.
disaster that was.
They've opened their heart back up only for it to be trampled on again, and they're going to close it.
Sigh.
Lay sigh. Do you want to talk about good stuff? There was some good news that came up. I don't want to be angry this whole cast. Yeah. Speaking of behind
You want to talk about this?
Was not the best news, so this would be a good middle of this segment. It was still really good news. Bayonetta 3! Finally, it was announced, back in 2017? We've been waiting like 5 years. Finally going to get a release date. We got a full trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Even kind of like
Something else to
snarky.
share.
Yeah. Really snarky. Talking about, it's like, I'm unfashionably late, but I've come with everything you want. Yeah.
Although she looks remarkably covered up. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a real aficionado of Bayonetta.
She's been more covered up since 2, when Nintendo became the main publisher.
Yeah, I didn't find her outfit in this particularly compelling, shall we say?
Oh, this is my favorite outfit of hers so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's got, she's always been kind of a dancer as a character. She's got more of, a dancer thing going on in this one. Especially with,
Yeah, I noticed that.
There's kind of a kaiju battle function to this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like where she takes control, she creates a monster or something, and
out of her hair,
is
which
controlling
is normal to make things out of her hair, yeah. And she kind of conducts it by dancing on the side as it fights another giant monster.
Yeah, I thought that looked interesting.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out which one are you controlling?
You're controlling,
I guess kind of
both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in sync.
Interesting.
So really, you're controlling the big one, if you think about it, because that's the moves that matter.
Yeah. I was wondering why that kaiju had a P on the back of his head.
Because Bayonetta shot the pattern of a P into it.
Oh, that's how it happened.
Yeah. I mean, no, I like this outfit. I like her little, twin pigtail thing. I like that it feeds into, she's got a bow on the back of her little dress. And she's got, the two pigtails are coming out of the bow.
Yeah. Did have a close-up of her butt right there.
Yeah, yeah. Now, it is a different voice actress. The old one hinted that it might be, without breaking NDA. But if you're familiar with the voice, you would have been able to tell immediately. It doesn't sound too off. You can tell this person's at least still trying to capture the character, which is the most important thing for voice acting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that they replaced it. Because, again, like I said, voice acting is a very important thing to me. A voice makes the character just as much as the visuals and story does when it comes to anything that uses a voice. Your interpretation of how you perceive the character is very influenced by the voice you hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering what was happening there at first when it looked like her hair was coming out.
Yeah.
That
She
looks cool.
formed this big kaiju, and then they have these kaiju battles.
Yeah, where she's dancing in the foreground, and then so I was wondering how does this control? It looks awesome.
Yeah. No, it looks like it's gonna be a fun game. I've never really liked the personality of Bayonetta. To me, she's a very unlikable character, but she's smoking hot. And the gameplay's fun because it's basically just a Devil May Cry style game, and I love those style games. It's made by one of the people who helped make the original Devil May Cry, Kamiya, back when he still worked at Capcom. So you expect that type of gameplay. I like the first one. I still haven't gotten to play the second one, but I've seen it all the way through. I'll probably pick up the second one prior to this, but I am excited that it's finally coming out.
Yeah. Rewind just a bit.
Oh, and there's also this end thing that I don't really pick up because I've seen 2 all the way to the end, but Like, I'm not that deep into the lore that I'd be able to guess a character out of nowhere. But for some reason, that reminds me of, like, Virgil from Devil May Cry. Because it almost looks like the Yamato's on his back. And I'm just like, what? No. Maybe Jean's just back and she's got short hair because Jean has white hair. The hair for these characters changes from game to game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that character is.
John, she was in the
There's
first
the
game.
gun. The gun's on her heels.
You should play the first game. You can get it on Steam.
What did that say?
And
Color my world?
What, on the gun? I forget what it says on her gun.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. No, I like the outfit, though.
You like that?
Yeah. I think as far as, like, style goes, it's her most stylish outfit she's had. I didn't care too much for the one in 2.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't care for the short hair look too much. I didn't think it suited her. The first one was fine, I guess, but yeah. I think this is her best look.
Yeah. Speed it up a little bit.
But I love playing games like this.
Yeah. I remember in the second one, there was a lot of, like, fighting on top of a creature.
Yeah, that happened a lot.
Like, she'd be on top of something gigantic and fighting what looked like summons or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little worried we might not get sequences like that. Maybe we still will, right?
Yeah.
But because there's, like, she has this new mechanic for fighting giant things, maybe they won't have those. Or maybe for certain ones, like if there's a big sea monster or whatever, maybe the level up to the big kaiju fight will be on the back of the monster. They could still make it work. We only get to see so much from a trailer like this.
Yeah. This is the first trailer that's ever come out. Right?
Yeah. It was only like a logo when they announced it last time.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, when they announced it, it's like nothing of the game was done. It was announced 5 years ago.
Oh. Wow. Can't believe it
we
takes
haven't had
that long.
any news for 5 years. Well, your Platinum Game has to do they have to do a lot of license stuff.
Yeah.
To be able to keep afloat.
Looks like she's controlling a spider.
Yeah, I like that spider thing. Climbing the walls. Oh!
Wait.
It's just an arachnid, period. It got like a scorpion tail.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, okay. Spider / scorpion?
Yeah, that's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely, much better news than the other thing.
Look at this sequence. This is reminiscent of Bayonetta 2.
In the middle of a kaiju
fighting.
battle, yeah. With the whole... I mean, that impossibly long skyscraper flipped on its side, but still.
Yeah.
Does she still become naked when using all of her hair power or whatever? No. They cut that in 2 because of Nintendo being their main publisher now for the game.
Yeah.
Nintendo, I believe even Nintendo's version of 1 is kind of censored where they had to remodel her. If you want the full experience for 1, you have to go play the Steam version.
I just like this sequence where she starts to dance.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
She's tall.
See, that's what I was...
She's like 8-9 foot tall, something like that.
That's what I was wondering was, because it does look like her outfit is less revealing. But, I mean, that's all right. I can still fap to it. No problem.
I mean, realistically, that outfit is more revealing than the one in the first game. Because, her entire back is almost shown. The one in the first game, you could see a little bit of her breast, but, barely. Because it was almost like a boob window, but then she had the big moon like emblem thing covering it up too. So it was almost like a crescent shaped slit.
Mm-hmm.
And she was basically in a cat suit otherwise. The only really revealing stuff about her, and you couldn't see anything anyway because how fast the scenes were in the camera angles, was the whole hair sequences.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It does say
Bayonetta's
color
never
model.
really been that revealing of a character.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. There's a nice butt shot there.
I mean, again, there's the hair sequences, but aside from that, she had a full body cat suit in the first game, and then she had like this layered outfit in the second. Like, I think this is her best outfit.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Turning that off. We don't want to get anyone too excited.
We don't want to get you too excited. That's the big thing. Yeah.
So there we go. That was our palate cleanser.
It's not the most exciting thing that I saw, though, during the
Oh, yeah?
direct. Yeah. Most exciting thing for me was Super Kirby Odyssey, if you know what I mean. Kirby in the Forgotten Land looked fucking astounding. I'm a big Kirby fan. In general, I'm a bigger Zelda fan, but between the games, since Breath of the Wild 2 is kind of just more Breath of the Wild with more like mechanics and stuff, and I've already played Breath of the Wild, versus this new, I'm way more excited for this Kirby game.
Yeah.
You know, run around.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen the whole direct yet, but do you want me to show this one off?
Yeah, you can, especially if it means that you're gonna look at the trailer while we're talking about it.
Yeah. Can have my my live reaction.
Your live take, yeah. Kirby
Although,
in the
without
Forgotten
sound,
Land.
It looks like this reminds me of Pokemon Arceus game or whatever, Legends of Arceus. Is it like an open world thing or is it 2D?
Well, kinda. It's like Odyssey, but I think it's probably more open world than that, just from looking of how you get from place to place.
Yeah.
But it's wonderful textures. Kirby running around, sucking things up, escorting ducks, all the fun things you could want in a Kirby game.
Escorting ducks.
Oh yeah, you'll see.
This is running at normal speed, by the way.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's that fast pace of a game, so it's not a big problem. It's kind of just exploration. And it kind of looks like he's in this, yeah, I know, buffering. He's in this kind of like post-apocalyptic world.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost looks like Earth. But...
Was that bananas?
Yeah. It looks like Earth, but to Kirby's size, to be more importantly. Because Kirby's a tiny thing. He's not the size of a person. Yeah. So this has to be like a world with the type of animals that he's used to.
No. It does look like Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. But Kirby. And he's still got power-ups. You can
Kirby.
fight things. Yeah. So combat's going to be heavier in this game than Mario, right? Because Kirby is a very combat-heavy game. As far as platforms go.
Yeah. He's fighting a giant ape with a mohawk.
Yep. Like, this game looks fun. I'm excited to explore this world. I love Kirby. I hope, has there ever been a 3D Kirby? There has been a 3D modeled Kirby. A couple 3D model ones, but never a Kirby that's ran around in 3D like this. He's always been a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
The closest
I don't think so.
To moving around like this was a top-down Kirby game, which was Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, I think was the name of it, where he turned into a ball and just rolled around everywhere.
It looked like they had a bit of that here, where it was like, have you ever played like Katamari Damacy?
Yeah, I love Katamari.
Where you're like trying to collect. Yeah, it looked like there was a little scene like that where he was collecting things with his spikes.
And it looks
I wonder
like he's
what
gonna have
the
a lot of the old power-ups, maybe even some new ones, that he'll have to use mechanically to operate the world, like to get to different places, maybe open things up.
I wonder what the bananas are all about. Did he steal them from Donkey Kong?
Probably not.
Yeah, well, he sucks up this guy and
gets a sword.
Now he has a sword.
Sword Kirby, which his design is actually inspired by Link, as Kirby fans know. A Sword Kirby is an iconic character, or power up. Same as like the Fire Kirby and stuff like that. So it's nice to see a lot of these old ones are making their return for Kirby's first ever foray into the third dimension.
Yeah, it does look like some sort of post-apocalyptic, like with all these buildings with moss all over them. Yeah,
like he walked into I Am Legend or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's like a bridge and everything, so it's like, it seems open world, like there's going to be levels, but all the levels are naturally connected through the world. So maybe we're actually going to walk from place to place. He landed on a beach, so we have to explore the whole world, and that would be very exciting. Yeah,
I'm willing to bet that this is just like one land, because there's a bridge going off this way, so... and a bridge going this way, so I imagine this is just like the first area.
Yeah, they'll just be like natural boundaries to areas. Like maybe there'll be a mountain or something you can't cross to block you off from another one. You have to go through a tunnel or whatever.
Yeah, but it looks like there's an island over here, an island back here somewhere, maybe.
I'm excited. Spring!
Awesome.
Spring! That's not far.
I don't know if you can... I guess you can't see my cursor where I'm pointing, but anyway.
No. Yeah.
You get the idea. Cool. Looks awesome.
I haven't been this excited in a game in, I don't know, since I heard No More Heroes 3 was getting it released. Which I've still yet to play.
Yeah, there you go. Did we stop buffering at some point?
Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, but I'm super, super stoked. I cannot wait. Kirby's such a fun character, too. We got a lot of good stuff coming out. Including, actually, another thing that excited me. Animal Crossing Direct got announced for October.
Yeah.
So we're going to get news about Animal Crossing, and one of them... based on the little ad for the Direct, showed a cafe. And it looks like Brewster, the pigeon, might finally be on his way. A character that I complained was not in the game up to this point and really should have been. I like Brewster. I like his little coffee shop and stuff. He gives you pigeon
can work
milk.
for him again?
Don't ask how he got the pigeon milk.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we work for him again and
I don't
try
know,
and
maybe
figure out what everybody likes?
It was a simple preview.
Yeah.
So we'll probably find out more on the actual Animal Crossing Direct.
Cool. In October. Did you see the stuff? I think you may have missed it. Maybe you saw it eventually, the triangle strategy.
Yeah, I eventually went back and watched the triangle strategy thing.
Yeah, I remember for a while there, I kept mentioning it. Yeah. I have no idea what that is.
Well, remember, because you kept mentioning it, we did watch the trailer on stream once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right. That looks cool. It looks very Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
And something about environment interacting. So
yeah, it's like a mechanic from Pokemon. Like, they're you could use it in triple battles. You could use it in doubles too. But Pokemon had a double up function in one of the games, think it might have been X and Y, where when you were playing against people, if like a fire Pokemon used this move first, because there's like one move per Pokemon that they could do this, it would burn the land, and then a water Pokemon could follow up, and the steam would do extra damage, or so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It was like there was one for each of the 3 starter type Pokemon, and they could double up their moves on each other.
Yeah, you could like put water on the ground and then hit it with electricity and
and stuff like that. And it looks like Triangle Strategy is going to be doing that same thing.
Yeah. That looks pretty cool. Rebellious says she just wants to go to sleep, but it isn't socially acceptable time to sleep.
When is a socially acceptable time to sleep?
I know. Every time is socially acceptable time to sleep.
Because when I think about socially, I think about get-togethers, and if you're together with a bunch of other people, it's actually never a acceptable time to sleep. You got to wait till you leave those people back to your bedroom.
That's right.
If you're at a party, you don't want to fall asleep while everybody's having fun.
Mm-hmm. So Splatoon 3 also got a new trailer. I don't know that they showed a cool vehicle, it looked like, that you could ride. That seemed pretty new.
Yeah,
Did you watch this at all?
I have not caught that because I didn't get to watch the direct. I woke up afterwards, so I've just been watching
I didn't either.
trailers.
Yeah, I just watched like a couple things that interested me.
I'm not sure if this game interests me.
There, see that thing? That's like there's a guy riding it. You can't see my cursor, but it's right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
There. Like, what is going on there? Wait, back up.
It looks like a
back up
droid to cop from like freaking the prequel.
Ah, shit.
You got too many tabs open.
Yeah. Yeah, look. Damn it. It registered as a double click. I just wanted to start and stop.
I think there was an update to Windows that messed up people's click, because I've been getting a lot of double clicks lately. And I cleaned out my mouse, and I don't think it's my mouse, because I've been hearing a lot of people having problems.
Anyway. It's exciting. It's funny because, like, I don't play Splatoon 2 very much. But, like, when I do, I really love it. So I don't know why I don't play it as much as I should.
I opted
really
out
fun.
of 2, so I'm more likely to get this one anyway, because I played a little of somebody else's. There wasn't enough differences between 1 and 2 to make me actually want to buy 2. But because I skipped a generation in between, there's probably enough differences between 1 and 3 to make me actually want to play 3. So I don't know if I'm interested, but I'm far more likely to be interested in this one than the last one.
Yeah. And something about, I guess instead of the salmon run, they've got these mammalian things. They look exactly like the salmons, except they're furry.
Furry fish.
So I imagine that's like the challenge thing, like the salmon run.
Maybe.
But I don't know exactly what's going on.
There's a lot
of jump cuts.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. There's a little salmon guy.
Splatoon. It's an interesting series.
Yeah. See, what the heck? Well, I don't know what happened there. It turned into a mammal?
I guess.
I don't remember there being mammalians before. I don't know why they're...
No. The storyline is that, like, mammals and stuff, as far as they knew, had, like, gone extinct, and the squid kind of, like, evolved and took over land. That's like, the history of Splatoon. So the return of mammalians would be, like, well, if maybe the Ice Age. Maybe there were things that were frozen
just from the lore.
And, yeah.
Not from, like, the original Splatoon.
No.
Like,
they weren't around. The return of mammalians because of the lore, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing that you can ride looks pretty cool. Oh, and you got like umbrellas.
Shields. Yeah. If you pop the
Yeah,
shield
that's
at the
cool.
right time, maybe it'll reflect stuff back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like reflecting parasol.
We'll stop that.
Yeah. A lot of cool stuff today. Try to.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of cool stuff to offset my anger about the Mario thing. You know, it's also cool that just dropped today without like no preview or anything. They just dropped it. Castlevania Advance Collection.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ratings list for it today, and then immediately after people got the ratings list, it dropped. You can buy it right now. And it has...
You can?
Yeah, it's available. Like, I even
didn't
saw
know that.
somebody in like a Discord I have it on their TV already.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's got Aria of Sorrow and Harmony of Dissonance in it. So for advanced games or the other ones, we also have Dracula X as well.
That's cool.
And Circle
Timothy
of
Olsen, we have been going for 52 minutes now, dude. You missed it. You can't come late. You have to, if you want to catch everything, you have to be on time.
We're on a schedule, okay?
That's right.
I know the schedule's been
time.
rough. We've been missing it, but when we do go live, it's still the same times that we go live.
We already talked about that, dude.
Yeah. You don't want to get me angry again, okay? Because that subject made me very, very irate. Almost
We're not
blew a
talking about
gasket.
that.
I held it in as best as I could.
Exactly. Well, that's cool. You know, I've played all of them, but it's been so long.
I haven't played Dracula.
They're
X.
awesome. I haven't played that either.
Yeah,
but I played all
Circle
of
of
the.
Moon, I've played Harmony of Dissonance, and I've played Aria of Sorrow, but I haven't played Dracula X.
Yeah.
And I love Aria, and the other two are good too. I might pick it up just so I could play Dracula X for the first time and then revisit the other ones eventually.
Yeah, but all of those Game Boy Advance ones are all sort of the Symphony of the Night formula.
Yes,
right? They've all got little. Yeah, they've all got little tweaks and little additional, different, obviously different characters and some different mechanics, but they're all kind of that very Metroidvania style.
Yes.
So.
Well, pretty much every
them
game after Symphony has been like that, because Igarashi, the guy who had Symphony of the Night, was the one who led all of them up until the Xbox reboots. What the fucking names of those? I can't remember them. I hate them though.
The Mirror of Fate ones.
Yeah, the 3D Legend of Dracula fucking shit. Where they made sure that the first Belmont's actually Dracula. And oh god, I fucking hated Lord of Shadows. I think that was the name of the game.
Yeah.
Horrible. Igarashi had nothing to do with that. Actually, nobody from any previous Castlevania team had anything to do with that. But yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If anyone's not familiar with the earlier Castlevania stuff, these games, although obviously not
spectacular graphics, they were on the Game Boy Advance, but awesome gameplay. Yeah, well, so like even control-wise with the DS ones later, which arguably had better graphics because the DS was slightly just more powerful than a Game Boy Advance was. The Game Boy Advance through DS Castlevanias, I would say, were the pinnacles of the franchise as far as like mechanics and play. And like, could you argue that Symphony had better graphics than any of them just because, despite the DS being later on, PlayStation was just a more powerful system in hardware? Yes, but it was also so early on that a lot of the mechanics and stuff were just optimized better by the time you get over to the Game Boy Advance and the DS. Having less buttons. And then it started to get... The DS ones started to get a little complicated. They started to get a little... like with the touch screen and everything, where you had to draw things. And Portrait of Ruin was the most complicated one. Dawn of Sorrow, though, I think is still the best Castlevania game, and it really didn't use the touchscreen as a touchscreen all that much. It was mostly having access to 2 screens.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, eventually they keep adding new stuff, and it's going to jump the shark, you know.
But you know what? I think
on these early games
still makes up for it because there's the 2 character kind of like ice climbers, but one's a melee fighter, one's a mage mechanic going on there.
Yeah. So that's cool. And speaking of retro, did you see what else they announced?
No,
officially.
What got officially?
N64, and what was it? I want to say Sega Genesis games coming to the Switch. I think it was Sega Genesis.
That would be out of the park. Like, what? Sega Genesis coming to Switch?
Yes, exactly. I was right. Online, Nintendo Switch Online is bringing Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games.
That is so weird. Like, the 64 I get. A lot of people predicted that. We thought we were going to get Game Boy before 64, but still, we were expecting 64 was going to hit. Sega Genesis, though, that's like out of left.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I know they have a really good relationship with Sega these days, which is funny compared to like their rivalry they used to have. They used to be at each other's throat all the time.
Yeah, actually, so let's look at the Genesis games. May be more interesting than the Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Echo the Dolphin. Good lord.
Yeah.
Castlevania Bloodlines. I've never played that, but that actually was the direct prequel to Symphony of the Night, right?
Yes.
I mean, it came like Symphony of the Night was the sequel to Castlevania Bloodlines, so that looks cool. Contra Hardcore, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
That's just Puyo Puyo, but Sonic. That's all it is. It's a fun game.
Golden Axe. That's a fun beat 'em up, right?
Yeah.
Gunstar Heroes, Musha, Phantasy Star 4.
Yep.
A
lot of these games I have access
RPG.
to because I have the Sega Genesis and Master System collection on Steam, but it would be cool to play them on my Switch as well.
Yeah. Rise Star, Shining Force, Shinobi 3, and Strider.
Yeah.
I never played Strider on the Genesis. I played it on the NES. I bet it's different. I bet it's very different.
Oh, very, very.
So that's cool.
Well, actually,
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap.
From the N64.
I love the original Pokemon Snap. I was replaying it on emulator recently. It'd be cool to really... I mean, it's just going to be an emulator anyway, but it'd be really cool to actually play it legally on a Nintendo system again.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Of course.
The originals, not the remakes. So for anyone who has played the remake of Majora's Mask on 3DS they didn't do a great job.
It's in some cases it's still kind of the definitive edition, but at the same time there are certain aspects of it that make it a worse experience overall, especially with the way they handled the Deku and the jumping over the water and stuff. They just did not recreate it properly, and it fucked a lot of shit up.
Yeah. And a couple of the bosses got weird.
And they took out, unlike Ocarina of Time, they took out some of the speedrunning stuff.
Yeah. They had totally revamped at least one of the bosses and made it strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the typical things you'd expect with a Nintendo 64. Super Mario. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that they're releasing Super Mario 64 because, like, they already released that on the Switch. So, temporarily. Paper Mario. I never played Paper Mario, so I could play that.
That's a great game.
Mario Kart 64, Kirby 64, bunch of stuff. F-Zero X. We've talked about F-Zero.
Yeah. Well, there was
So, yeah.
another thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't see that, though. But now we're out of time, and we can't talk about the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I guess if I remember, we'll have to... Yeah, I'll mention it, but we might have to talk about it tomorrow. Are you familiar with the old school game ActRaiser?
Yes.
Yes. Did you know that it is getting a remaster and / new version?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that tomorrow.
That's the show, everybody. Thanks for showing up or, listening in the future if you are. If you enjoy the show, please share it with somebody else who might like it. If you really enjoy the show, you can help fill this little donation bar we have at the bottom of the screen that pays for our monthly hosting fees by going down into the description and going to streamlabs.com/vomitorium live. Every dollar helps, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya. Be on time tomorrow.
Yeah. Be on time. Be there or be square. That's if we're even there.
Bye.